I grabbed some neckties from the thrift store for these 4 creative upcycle ideas. For the first one, I used hot glue to attach the neckties to a lampshade. I cut the ties to be a little longer than the length of the lampshade and arranged them in order to put around the shade. I used the opposite skinny ends of the ties and placed them between the larger parts of the tie to fill all the spaces on the lampshade. I placed the lampshade back on the lamp, added a light, and I love how unique this looks. For the next upcycle, I used one tie, trimmed one end, and then placed a round piece of Velcro on the pointy part of the necktie. I opened it back up once the glue was dry, and I just made myself the perfect soft protective case for my sunglasses. How good! I used all the leftover long skinny scrap ends of the neckties for another necktie upcycle. I placed the neckties flat on my sewing table parallel to each other, and then I trimmed them so it was pretty much square. With those extras, I weaved them in and out in opposite directions of the other ones until the square was completed. I pinned them and sewed the edges to secure them together. Then I added some fabric to make a sleeve opening. I sewed the fabric right sides together, trimmed the extra parts, and flipped it the right way around. I placed a pillow inside, and now I have the perfect upcycle decor pillow. This is a great way to keep ties from special memories or from loved ones. For the last upcycle, I used 2 neckties. I folded the bottom part of the neckties back onto it, pinned it, and I sewed that seam together. I turned one side right side out and placed them inside each other so they were both right sides together. And then I sewed along that last edge to secure them together. I trimmed the threads, turned it right sides out, and now I have the funkiest wine holder. Strap it over your shoulder and it's the perfect hostess gift. You're ready to go party.
You know all those lonely donated lampshades you see at thrift stores? Well, pick up a matching pair. And while you're at it, pick up a thrifted belt with a buckle that is 1 to 2 inches wide. Run a bead of clear glue around the perimeter, take the other lampshade and flip it upside down. Place it on top of the other lampshade and hold it for a few minutes until the glue dries. Take some jute twine and tie the inner hardware of the 2 lamps together. Give the connected shades a little shake to make sure they are securely connected. Now take the belt and buckle it around the skinny center of the 2 lampshades. If the belt is too large, simply use a poker or a small screwdriver and create your own hole. Add a little glue to the loose end of the belt and secure it to the rest of the belt. Next, find a thin wood circle disc that is 1 inch or 2 larger than the diameter of the largest opening of a lampshade. If you have a lipped edge on your wood disc, paint the edge with some acrylic paint. Do you have some wallpaper scraps? Now is the time to use them. And peel and stick wallpaper is perfect for this project. Measure the diameter of the wood disc and then measure a piece of wallpaper that is just a little longer than that measurement. Peel off the backing of the wallpaper and apply to the center of the disc. Smooth out any bubbles with your hand or a straight edge. Trim the excess wallpaper that is hanging over the edge of the disc with some scissors. You now have the center covered, but you need to fill in the edges. Take the left side of a piece of wallpaper and splice it into the right empty space on the disc. And vice versa, take the right side of that same piece of wallpaper and splice it into the left empty space. Most wallpapers are designed so the edges can be easily matched up. Match up the seams, press onto the disc, and smooth out any wrinkles with your hand. Then trim off any excess wallpaper with scissors. Last, place the wallpaper disc on the top of the lampshade base to create a brand new accent table. Grab some inexpensive bandanas at the craft store. Choose a traditional red bandana pattern and also choose another pattern that coordinates with the traditional one. Iron your bandanas to eliminate any of those fold wrinkles. Then take a piece of heat and bond iron-on adhesive and cut it to fit the bandana. Place the heat and bond sheet on top of the bandana with the paper side up. Then take an iron, set it at medium heat, and iron the paper on top of the bandana. Once the paper has cooled, grab a corner of the paper and peel it off the bandana. You will be left with a shiny coat of adhesive on the bandana. Take your coordinating bandana and position it over the bonded bandana. Once you have the bandanas positioned, flip everything over and iron over the non-adhesive side of the first bandana. Set the bonded bandanas aside and grab a pair of old jeans that you don't want anymore. You can also pick up a pair at the thrift store. With a pair of sharp scissors, cut out the back pockets of the jeans. Simply cut around the perimeter of the pocket and then cut out the inside layer of the pocket. Heat and bond also comes in strips. So next, place heat and bond strips on the sides of the back side of the pocket. Use your iron to press the strips. Peel the paper off. Next, place the pocket on the center but the right side of the bonded bandana. Press the pocket with the medium heat iron until the pocket is bonded to the bandanas. Take your new reversible placemat and let's set the table. For a barbecue table with a patriotic vibe, start with a fun melamine plate in a patriotic color. Tuck a summer or patriotic-themed napkin, paper works, into the jean pocket and then add your fork, knife, and spoon. Now you're ready for a summertime barbecue or 4th of July celebration. But wait! Flip the placemat over and set a completely different table. There's no pocket on this side, but silverware still looks beautiful beside beautifully stacked plates. Add your coffee cup and a patterned cloth napkin and get ready to invite the neighbors over.
Grab a men's dress shirt and a tie from the thrift store. Start by cutting off one of the shirt sleeves so it's about 4 to 5 inches longer than your wine or liquor bottle. Use spray starch and an iron to give the fabric a crisp, polished look, then flip the sleeve inside out. Gather the bottom with a rubber band or a hair tie to create a snug base. Trim off the excess fabric and turn it right side out. And now just slide in your bottle and you have a cool bottle wrap. It looks really sharp already, but we're going to take this to the next level. Cut your thrifted tie in half and tie it around the bottleneck. Tie it just like you would a real necktie if you can. This is unexpected, stylish, and such a fun way to dress up a gift for Dad. And now for hack number 2. This hack is perfect for wrapping a rectangular box. Wrap your gift box like you normally would, but leave a few extra inches of paper on one of the short ends and don't tape that side shut just yet. Lay a length of satin ribbon about 3 times the length of your box. Fold that end of the paper over the ribbon a few times until it touches the side of your box, forming a flap. Now grab your scissors and cut a slit at each corner of the flap and fold the ends down to create a cool shirt collar look. You can tape the collar down in place if you need to. Then go ahead and tie that ribbon to look like a necktie and trim the ends into a pointed tie shape. If you want to take this a step further, grab a Sharpie and draw a little pocket on the shirt. This is such a clever nod to classic dad style, and it turns ordinary gift wrap into something memorable. Hack number 3 is for the handyman dad. Grab a soft fabric tape measure. These are so easy to find at the dollar store or in old sewing kits. I did the yellow because it looks like a tape measure. And cut your tape measure into strips. I did about 8 inches long. Fold each strip into a loop and hot glue the ends down onto a round base. I'm using the lid of my Pringles can here, but you could use a cardboard circle or another lid too. Keep layering your tape measure until you've created a full bow shape. Now raid the junk drawer or your garage for some small hardware. Washers, screws, or bolts make the perfect finishing touch for this. Glue a couple into the center of your bow and you've got a gift topper that looks like it came straight out of Dad's toolbox. Pop this onto any wrapped gift and you've got a handmade bow perfect for Dad.